Welcome back to the channel, guys. And if you guys are following along, this is going to be part 2.5 of painting the daily beater, because part 2 didn't go so well. So if you want to know what happened there, go back and watch the last video. But basically tried to do too much with spray paint, and the first go around just didn't work. So car is remasked off, resanded, all the pieces, bumper, everything is back to where it was a couple days ago. And I'm going to be shooting a new color. Yeah, like I said, this one, the blue metallic with a glitter and then clear over top of that. Basically, from the get-go, the blue metallic is what gave me the problems. We had some particle runs in it, or some of the metallics in it ran. I just couldn't control it enough, and it really wasn't noticeable until you put clear on it. So once that was on, they stuck out like a sore thumb. I thought I'd be okay with it, and I just couldn't bring myself to then reassemble the car with all of those blemishes in it. So car was apart. It's one of those, if I put it back together, I was never going to go back and fix it. So car was already apart. It was another, unfortunately I had to buy paint again, and then just spend the time. So another couple hours re-prepping it, retaping it. So I think it's been 3 or 4 hours here, and a couple days later until I got back to it. But I'm getting ready to spray a new color. It's vastly different than what the blue, the sparkly blue that I just did. So if you want to pause the video, put a comment in, put a guess what color it's gonna be. Go do that now. Okay, you're back. Like I said, I'm just gonna get straight to it. I did this 3 days ago, so I just want to get it done and over with again. Just new color. So let's have at it. Here it is. We went from sparkly blue and we're going yellow. So this is just the very first really light coat. That's why it's still all streaky. But I'm just trying to knock this out, since this is, the second time in 4 days I painted this car. Kind of over it and just kind of ready to get it done. So ready for my first, another full coat. Not just a light one. And we'll get there. Color coats are fully done. It's looking 100 times better than it did with the finished blue. So these are just colored 3 coats of the yellow. I ran out of time the other night, so this is actually about 2 days later. I let everything cure. The paint says recoat times 20 minutes to 24 or 48 hours. So I was over the 20-minute point, so I let it all cure. I had other things to do, and now I came back today. I hit a couple spots with a wet sand just to knock down some little bits of debris and everything that got in it, and I just got the garage heated back up to temp. I'm going to start shooting clear again, and like I say, then shoot clear, unmask, and then I'm going to have to jump into all the trim pieces. Well, I can't catch a break. As soon as clear hit, it just started to peel. All right, so after that disappointment, and some more research and some more work. So I sanded out. Basically, as soon as the clear hit, it was lifting the paint. I heard from some other people that you can clear coat as long as it is dry, like super dry. Now it sat for over 48 hours, but it was in a chilly garage without heat on, so maybe it wasn't fully cured and dried. Basically, with how this project's going, I'm not willing to give it another chance. So sanded everything down, got the got it all back to smooth, and I'm gonna do one more coat of just a color coat and leave it with the the gloss shine that comes with, which is just like this, and not add any clear over top of it. My truck is the same way. I didn't clear that, and I'm just ready for this one to be over. So one last try, another coat of yellow, and hopefully we're done. Next order of business, though, while I wait for some things to dry and for the garage to heat up, I got all the plastics off, and I'm going to use a trim restorer. So this is I've heard good reviews on, this is Cerakote, ceramic trim coat and restorer. So it will bring these plastics back to a deeper, darker black. I debated about painting, but I really didn't want to, like, the plastics don't hold well with paint. They're going to end up cracking. So I'm going to try this. I've used Wipe New before with good results. And then after that stuff is done, all I have is the chrome trim pieces, grill piece, hood grill pieces, and a couple of these just need to be painted satin black, basically, to match where I can't use the the trim repair kit. So I'm gonna get on that real quick. Car is now all yellow. I unmasked everything. So that was a fourth coat of gloss yellow. It's a Rust-Oleum Sunburst yellow. That then fixed all of the lifting and the peel that I had from the clear coat. So I'm going with, this is good enough. All the little pieces are done. The coatings I put on the trim pieces earlier, I finished all those, let them dry like an hour, and then I kind of stacked them up there, and I redid the workbench, and I just did all of the trim. These were the chrome trim pieces. They all got sanded 220, cleaned up real well with a wax and grease remover, and then sprayed with the Rust-Oleum Satin Black. So these are still wet, so they got a little shine to them, but they're going to be satin, so it should match pretty well with the other trim pieces. So I'm going to give this a couple days to just cure before I touch anything. So far, it seems like just haven't been quite patient enough, and it, you know, keep ended up having small issues every time I go to try and do the next step. So I'm probably not going to touch this for a few days, and once I do, it'll be back on its wheels, and I'm going to get all the trim pieces on, and then we'll get a real good look at how its final product's going to look. So I got one last piece to put on, which I actually had to use the trim restorer on. So this is a brand new part. This is for the front bumper, and if you want to pause the screen for any E46 guys that want it, this piece replaces the plate piece, which are big and ugly. I didn't clean this one up again at all, but I actually had to put the trim restorer on this, even though it was brand new, to match the rest of the trim. So this is last piece going on. So this one actually just came in today. This is harder than I feel like it should be. Hold on. Okay. All right, there we go. I got everything back on. I'm probably going to go out and I'll get some better videos or better shots of this, you know, do a big full reveal, and here she is. Now, there's definitely some things on it that I'm not 100% happy with, but honestly, for a daily, can't complain. Going from faded hood, kind of nasty, just, you know, basic blue, like dark blue. This yellow pops pretty well. I say this was definitely part of a vision I had. I did that other blue first. Would have worked. I had the paint, but a couple things that I see that, so I don't like the amber turns. So I have one window that's not tinted. It just ran out of time, never got back to it, so I need to finish tinting that. Taillights are another thing. So again, amber, which I think clashes. I had some super sparkly like taillight tint, so I just threw it over this side real quick just to see how it looked, and I definitely like that better. So I'm probably just going to pick up, so this is like 4 years old, it's barely sticking there. I just wanted to cover it to see how it looked. So I think for the future, you know, I'll get a good, just a smoked, so that's like the mid, you know, it's not super light, not super dark. And then I will do just a line across, just do the amber. And then also I will do just this so that everything matches. Taillights work fine and all that. Otherwise the option is kind of to buy the clear tails, and being a wagon, they're a different size than the sedans, so they're, I don't want to say more rare, but they're not as common, so they're a little harder to get, and they're a little more expensive. So I was gonna say, that is going to do it for this one. The paint saga on the Daily Beater is finally over. This definitely took twice as long as I expected after having to do, you know, a whole nother color. So remember, guys, be patient. You can get there. You can get decent results with spray paint. You just gotta, you know, choose your projects wisely. So hope you guys liked this. I don't have anything. This isn't gonna be a paint channel, but this was one of those something that I wanted to get done. So after this, we are getting back into boat content. So that's going to be the main focus now through probably April or May. So stick around, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. This is your captain out.